What's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy J Money. Now listen, in this video we're gonna be going over how to make a guitar beat, obviously using the guitar. You know, like I did on my Instagram page, I showed you guys how to make a guitar melody. So in this video I'm gonna show you guys how to make a guitar melody and then putting it in the context of a beat. In this case we're gonna go for maybe a bit of an emotional one. So you know, if you guys is interested in more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, turn post notifications on. You already know what to do. We finna jump right into it. Let's go. All right, so if you guys have not watched my Instagram video where I sort of described in a short video how I make my melodies, whether it's guitar or whatever, you know, I always start with the bass notes, then I go into the higher notes, and then I go to the middle notes to build like a chord, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much how I go about it. I don't, that's just my structure, that's just how I do, and it always works out for me. And then I always, you know, there's every now and then I'll add like some even higher notes just to kind of build more of that rhythm, you know what I mean? But this is what we're gonna do in this video for the guitar, and then that'll create the bounce for, you know, how the drums are gonna hit. So we're finna jump right into it. So first I pull up my guitar from Contact 7. I'm using the nylon guitar from FMOV. And yeah, this guitar, I always say it, but it's goated. It's like it's the greatest guitar of all time. You feel me? It's the greatest guitar of all time. It make you feel like you know what you're doing, but you probably don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, no, let me stop. But yeah. So this we're gonna start with a bass note, man. We're gonna start with some bass notes. So let's add some in. So that's how we got it sounding, you feel me? Now, like I said, we're gonna add in some of the higher notes. The higher notes should be able to accompany these bass notes. So let's try add some in right now. Now that we have our higher notes, we're gonna go and start placing these middle notes in to build this chord, and it might add some more feeling to this. So let's do it. So now that we got those now that we got those middle notes, it's starting to sound a lot better. It's starting to sound a lot more fuller. I'm thinking of experimenting with the pitch, which I always do. I always end up probably switching the pitch, you know, to see what vibe really fits that, you know, this pattern the best, you know what I mean? So let's do it. So now that we got ourselves a good pitch, now we're gonna do like what I said in the video on Instagram, which is, you know, to randomize. It's a sort of a lazy but not lazy way, because since we're not physically playing a guitar, we have to emulate like we're playing a guitar, right? So in this case, randomizing in short is to basically make all of the notes play in different velocities. That way it gives more of a realistic vibe, because like I said in the video, not every string that you're hitting is going to be at the same exact volume. So adding that randomizer really does something to that melody. You know, it makes it sound a lot more realistic. So let's do it. Now that we got ourselves a good pattern, a good volume, you know, a little bit of bounce, now we're gonna add what I like to do sometimes, add another layer of a guitar. I just honestly feel like it adds to the dynamics of the sample. So another guitar that I like using is this plugin called, it's a plugin called Renaissance. And yeah, it's another really amazing guitar. So we're finna jump right into it. So what I like to use with this guitar is most of the time I'm just layering like extra little patterns to kind of build a little bit more bounce and flow. Yeah, it really does add a lot to the melody, and because this guitar has a bit of a different tone, more of a little bit, I feel like it's more of a dominant-ish type of vibe compared to the nylon guitar I previously used. Yeah, this acoustic guitar is really good. So you guys are gonna hear it, and this is just like something that I had in my head that I felt like would add perfect to this loop. That's what it sounds like, by the way. All right. So in case you guys didn't know, the notes at the bottom are what we call key switches. Now key switches is very important if you want some realistic kind of, if you want a realistic guitar or any instrument for that matter. And thank God that Kontakt enables that ability to be able to use key switches. There's some plugins that use them, but not too many of them, give you the different articulations like Kontakt does. So shout out Kontakt for that. And yeah, man. So basically, instead of like without the key switches, the notes would just hit on the regular notes. With the key switches, if you look at the piano roll within that library, it'll show a color highlight. So for example, the whole range of blue keys would be for the regular notes to be played. The orange keys would be for like the slap sound or the fret noises and stuff that you want to add in for realism. And then for, the green keys, they're for like, for what I'm doing, which is key switching the articulation of those blue notes that are hidden. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it sounds like it's complicated, but it's really not. It's super easy. All you do is when you make your melody, like how I just did, like here's my regular melody, the key switches are always maybe about 2 to 3 octaves down, and depending on the range of the instrument. And now this is like the different notes that is hitting on. So yeah, now we're gonna add in a bass guitar. I always use the bass guitar. It brings a lot of depth and a lot more feeling to the guitar. It the acoustic guitar, it definitely accompanies it. 100% accompanies it. If you are trying to become one of the greatest sample makers ever, use a bass guitar, bro. Use a bass guitar, bro. You heard from me, bro. All right, so we finna add the bass guitar in right now. So really, I just use the regular classic bass library from Kontakt, but I switched a few settings around and stuff like that to get it to sound, how should I put it, less resonant. I didn't want it to be as resonant as it was, so I got it where it's pretty subby and deep, and it really sounds amazing to me, to my ears, and you guys finna hear it. So let's do it. So now that we got ourselves a good bass note coming from the bass guitar, now we can just start adding whatever we feel like goes to this. You feel me? You know, sound selection is key, so I'm not gonna over exaggerate it, but you know, sometimes like whatever the vibe is, you want to stay along the lines of that. And if it's good, better off just being the way it is, then it's good being the way it is. I personally can hear something else being in here, so we just gonna test something out, and if it don't work, then we just take it out and keep it pushing. So I ended up grabbing myself Celeste Bell, and I feel like since it's already kind of on this vibe, I like, me personally, I like adding like more of a dreamy kind of effect to my melodies. So we finna go add some notes in right now. I'm not gonna go too crazy with it because I want the guitar to be the main source. So yeah, let's do it. Normalize it again. Alright, now that we have the melody pretty much done, if we add anything else, it'll probably be some counter melody that we add during the beat. But now it's time to start getting to the fun side, which is adding the drums. We're gonna first start off with some hi-hats, you know, and we're gonna build from the percussions until we get to the 808s. And after that, we're gonna get to layering the whole thing out, and then boom, we done. You know, it's just that simple, really. So let's jump into the drums right now. Alright, so now we finna add in the percussions. First we're gonna start with the hi-hats, so let's get to it. We're gonna keep it more simple. We're not gonna go too crazy. Well, we might. Nah, we ain't gonna go like on no Southside sizzle vibes and nothing like that, but maybe. We'll see that. We're gonna add in the Rimshots. That ain't nothing. That's in the place of the clap normally. So let's do it. And down a little bit. Alright, now we're gonna add in the snare. The snare is gonna be pretty basic. I'm not gonna go too crazy. The whole purpose of this is just to get it simple, but it's still effective. So we finna add the snares in right now. So that's sounding nice. Now, you know, this is optional, but I like adding in open hats. I feel like it fills in some of the empty gaps of putting in the percussions. So we finna just add that in. Again, we're gonna keep everything basic, more simple, because like I said, you know, sometimes the simplicity is key, and not everything needs to be all over the place. So let's add something. Let's add some open hats in. Now that we got ourselves some pretty good percussion layout, it's time to add in the 808s. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the bass guitar for right now because I don't want that clashing with my 808. And yeah, we finna add them 808s in. All right. got ourselves a good little vibe. It's time to do the structuring. It shouldn't just be beat straight across from start to finish. We should give ourselves a little intro, going into like the hook, going into the verse, going into the bridge, going back into the verse or hook again, and then we go right to the outro. You feel me? So that's how we finna do it. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. If you guys like more videos like this, like I said before, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, turn post notifications on, all that good stuff. And yeah man, multi-kit coming soon. By the way, the sounds that was used in here, all of, you know, the 808s, hi-hats, all of those percussions were from my kit. So yeah, multi-kit coming soon. And you know, if you enjoy the loops that I make, I also have a loop kit out. I have 2 sample kits out. I have my Afterlife loop kit. It's 30 loops, it's $15, and then I have a free voice pack, sample pack, using my vocals, and I had a really fun time doing that. So I hope you guys enjoy that when that pack is free, by the way. So I'll have the link straight to that website, straight to my website below in the description. And yeah man, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, peace.